decision that you have to make in a split second is really ultimately what differentiates champions from very quick drivers who just never got across the line and finished that championship off.
It's understanding where the faster class cars are faster than you, how to let them by without it being too much of a hindrance to your lap time, and thinking ahead, thinking about the next couple corners.
If you have the opportunity to overtake, you go for it. If you don't have it, you have to stay behind, to be patient, and then to have a good exit of the corner. So it's always about thinking about the next one.
Obviously in racing there's a lot of urgency, but you have to balance that with knowing that potential contact with the car that you're passing or being passed by, that could mean an extra pit stop because of a flat tire or damage to the car.
It's the tougher thing, you know. They always ask you to be quick, to perform without any damages.
For instance, if you're coming up to a slower car and you know if you don't pass this guy in the next couple of corners, you might be stuck behind him for half a lap, then you know the impetus is to get past quick. However, you know, if you're coming up to a slow corner and you know there's a long straight following, there's no point in dive bombing up the inside, killing your exit and his exit. It's sometimes better off to get a wide run and get an even better exit out and then just, you know, breeze past on the straights.
Because sometimes, you know, to overtake one car in a hurry, at the wrong timing, at the wrong spot, gonna put you into a bad situation, you know, for the next corner or for the, basically, you can go into rubbers, you know, or dust on the truck and stuff like that, where you don't want to have that pickup on the tire. So sometimes you have to think that, okay, that's not the right way to go. I have to wait a little bit. I have to be patient. So for sure, you want to overtake the guys as quick as possible, but sometimes you have to back off a little bit and make sure that you're going to overtake later on, that overall it's going to be a better situation.
How can I go through this car the fastest way without losing time? Even then, sometimes it's worth it by waiting one corner and passing on the exit instead of going on the marbles on the outside of the corner, then which, you know, makes your car slower for the next 2-3 turns.
Yeah, I think it's always also a matter of who you meet on track. You know, with some GT cars and stuff like that, sometimes, you know, you want to go for it going into the corner, and at the end, you know, you're going to make both cars lose time, and you could have wait, you know, and stay behind. And it's the same with the guys which are defending, you know, sometimes they're going to close the door for no reason and stuff like that. So for sure, sometimes it makes sense, you know, to be a bit more patient or to give space to the other one, and overall, you will lose less time.
The driver of the slower car is best to just stay predictable, stay on line, you know, don't try to get out of the way, because typically, you know, the faster driver is expecting to have to go around the slower car. So if you have the slower car trying to get out of the way at the same time, then it becomes a bit of an issue.
I am the responsible person to go around him. The slower person should be just doing his normal day job, which is braking at his normal reference, turn in and go wide, just do normal. And I should react on that. If it does something different, I don't know what he's thinking about. So I cannot read about it, like we don't talk each other. So it's better to stick to routine, and then I will go around.
The main rule for a slower car is to maintain your line, be predictable. It's pretty straightforward. Getting out of the way usually doesn't end well for either party. And for the quicker car, it's not expecting that they're going to open the door and make things easy. They have a racing line and a piece of the racetrack that they're owed, and you're the quicker car, so it's down to you.
There is always some time in the race where you have the momentum. You can feel that whatever you're going to do, it's going to work out. And there is sometimes in the races that you know that you are going into troubles and stuff like that, and this is super difficult, but actually you have to make sure that you step down, you relax a little bit, and you wait for the outcome later on.
There's a lot that you have to think about, and for a young driver in sports car racing, patience is definitely key. And as you go throughout practice and learn and things like that, use all that knowledge. So be observant with other cars, different class cars. How do they make their lap time? Figure out where they're fast and where they're not, and use that information then in the races to figure out how to manage the traffic.